What are you up to, Kat? Why do you want to do that? She wants to jump up here. What's your deal? What's your problem? Mischief. Mischief is her problem. This thing's rocking. Are you gonna sleep in that chair? Okay. Why are you rocking? All right. I have the cat and the dog in here with me. And I also have the door open just in case my son needs me. Hi, hello. Me again. Okay, so I got the book here with me to continue on. It was so cute. I showed it to my son. He's like, he thought it was like solely about me and like filled out. I was like, no, it's for anybody to answer. That's cute. How have the last 2 hours been? Did you eat? Listen, he's pretending. You guys might hear him. I did eat. Yeah, dinner. It's pretty early, right? But I was hungry, so I had dinner. Excuse me. Let's get to it. All right. What do you consider the most overrated virtue? Wow. I don't know. My brain can't think right now. What are some virtues? The one I thought of might be controversial. Then I thought, I don't know if I really think that. Isn't it a virtue for a reason? That's not what I meant to do. I guess I could bring you right here. Okay. I don't think any of them. He's really pretending. I don't know if you guys can hear him. I don't know that any of them. I would say no. I would say that they're all they're a virtue for a reason. So yeah. Why are you rocky? That's why. Now I know. The this phone case had like the a little like tab I had to remove to charge my phone. I've flipped it so many times it fell off. So anyway, I would argue none of them are overrated. They're a virtue for a reason. Yeah, wisdom, justice, fairness, fortitude, or like courage, temperance, self-control, faith, hope, charity, love, honesty, integrity, humility, compassion, kindness, respect, gratitude. Can you guys hear him screaming? Oh my God, I love him so much. Okay, moving on. I would argue that they're not overrated. So they're like, I guess at some point, yeah, like it's okay to not have that, right? But I mean, come on now. Put you back here. Okay. On what occasion do you lie? Hmm, right now. I wouldn't lie. I just wouldn't answer. Um, I guess if it's like being like sometimes people don't need to know like the brutal honesty. You know what I mean? Like there's a way to say things. You guys, honestly, know me by now. Genuinely, I am so much myself on this freaking channel. This is me, good and bad. This is me. Um, I guess it would be. I don't know. I really try not to lie because I used to be a really big liar. I can remember the first time I lied to my mom. Didn't ever like it. And I had a very like, my mom knew everything about me. I told her every time I did something wrong. Yeah. Um yeah. Yeah. Um anyway, that being said, so I can remember the first time I remember it said it broke her heart. It broke her heart because I confessed and it broke her heart. Anyway, um and I think with me being like most myself, I really try not to lie. I would say like I may avert, is that the right word? Like curve around, like, oh, I'm not trying to go there. I don't want to go there. This is not the time. Or like it would be here. It'd be here on this. That's the occasion to like avert saying something that's too personal. Does that make sense? So I would try not to lie. I don't think I've lied here. My friend Kim, whenever you're able to watch this, please let me know. She always, I'm actually, so you guys know, I'm always fact checking myself with her. That's how much I'm like today. And she's always like, Priscilla, you were not, anyway. So yeah. But it would be, because this is a public space, this would be the space where I would like avert. Like, let's just detour off somewhere else because I don't want to get that personal here. What do you most dislike about your appearance? Oh, who's this for? Like, what's the purpose of this? Just a bunch of questions? There's no opening. There's no anything here. Just a bunch of questions. Yeah, no kind of description, anything. Literally, it's just a book of questions. Sorry, that was loud. I'm not answering that here. Which living person do you most despise? I don't despise anybody. Yeah, I don't. So I'm going to say, this is what I'm going to lead with this. It's not that I'm like this huge virtuous person, like, ooh, Priscilla's always right. I'm going to let you guys know, like, all the things I ever did that actually were not me was because I wasn't actually being true to myself. So the dishonest person that I was because I was not being me. Yeah. And this is the most me in that is that by learning to also accept myself and be my most me, right? I don't have like, life's too short. Why I want to despise somebody? Like, I hate you? No. For me, I acknowledge like, if I'm uncomfortable being around you, it's because there's hurt there. Or if I'm uncomfortable being around you, yeah, it's hurt. There's hurt there. But despising is such a waste. That's too much energy. Okay. What? Oh, okay, they have both here. What is the quality you most like in a man? What's the quality I like most in a man? I don't know. I feel like my lips are way too glossy. Okay. Um, what's the quality? I'm trying to think of. I don't know what the right word would be. Let me look up a definition. 1 second, please. Make sure that I am using the right word. No, that's not it. I don't know the word for it. So I'm going to say that. I don't know the word for it. Bring you back over here. But I think, which now fast forward, right? I think this can apply to anybody. It's not just, there's no, like, for me, it's not actually gender specific, but I do appreciate it. And now we're in such a different time where, like, I feel like now it's more okay. But I've always appreciated the duality of strength. I'm strong enough to show my weakness. Like, during the time where I grew up, like, guys, like, oh, don't cry, or, all that kind of stuff. Like, don't do any of that. But, like, to show that, like, they're, I don't know how to explain it. Isn't it like the protagonist in every story? like, I don't know. I think it's the soft hardness. I don't know. I don't know. But to me, that's not just, like, again, that's not gender specific. Like, to be able to show, they, yeah. I don't know if that makes any sense. Anyway, I feel like you guys know what I find attractive in a man. What quality do you most like in a woman? Graciousness. Which words or phrases do you most overuse? Oh, come on. Like, hmm. Oh, come on, probably. Ay, Dios mío. Whatchamacallit? Oh, all that kind of stuff. Am I answering that? I guess you should mark, like, the ones I haven't done, or, like, mark the ones I have done. If you were to die and come back as a person or a thing, what would it be? All the things that I mean, life is so precarious, like, I would love to be able to be in the ocean, but the ocean, then I could easily, my life probably would be short. Or to come back as a tree. That's what a tree. But again, life could be. I'm reading, sorry. Which historical figure do you most identify with? I don't think any. I don't know. Everybody's their own person. I've never been like, oh, you know what? I identify with that person. There's people that I respect. I'm like, oh, like I went and listened to Everyday People. That's what I was, but the second one, that's the song I was singing by Sly and the Family or Stone or Sly and the Family Stone. Is that anyway? And I was like, come on, preach. Like it's still the same thing. Fast forward all this time. There's people that like I get you, but I guess that's identify with, right? I'm not any of them because I'm not trying to put myself like, ooh, I'm this person. It's just I can identify with their conviction. What are your favorite names? Uh, what are my favorite names? Um, I'll I'll name names that I like. I'm like, oh, I would I like these names. That these are names I contemplated. I used to have a list. Anyways, um, there's names I love now. I like the name Abigail. I don't know why. Amelia. I also like that name. Yeah, I've always liked those names. Yeah, I'm not gonna list guys' names. I'm not gonna list boy names. Those are those are the two names I'll say. What is it that you most dislike? You guys should know this already. And I've realized something in my life that like it's dishonesty. It's actually what I most dislike. Um, yeah. And I've come to understand that like people can only be as honest that they are honest with themselves. Does that make sense? Like you're not even honest with yourself. So, why would you be honest with me? You guys know my motto. What is your motto? Better now than never. Do you like watching reruns? Sometimes. I have my moods. Are you an organ donor? If so, why or why not? Yes, I am an organ donor. Ooh, should parenting classes be mandatory for new parents? Listen, that wouldn't mean time. Be nice, right? Some people can't afford the time. What is the number one thing people are always asking you for help with? Sorting their thoughts. Help with sorting their thoughts. Being a sounding board. What original movie do you love, but definitely not the sequel? Little Mermaid, don't like the sequel. Pocahontas, don't like the sequel. A lot of those animated ones, I don't like the sequels. Are you more talk and less action, or vice versa? I believe I'm action. Have you ever given someone a handmade present? Yes. Yes. Why did I even think about that? Yeah. Yeah. Could I live without electricity for a week? Ooh. Ooh. I'm more of thinking of that means typically, unless you've got a gas house, that typically means like as long as I've got warm water, yeah, I can make do, can move around like with a lantern and stuff. if it's like the water's not getting warm because it's not a gas house, there's no gas. No. Just being honest. Have you it's bad. I've had to do that before. Cold. It's horrible. Like it's horrible. Like just get this in as fast as I can. Cold, really cold water. Yeah. For me at least. Have you ever eaten a whole tube of Pringles by yourself? I have to think when I was younger. I don't think a whole tube. Maybe on a road trip? I don't think so. I think the answer is no. Do you like champagne? If so, what is your favorite brand? Over the holidays, my sister brought one. It's the only champagne I've enjoyed drinking. Typically, it's too dry and it gives me a headache. And it's too dry. Whatever she brought, I don't remember the name, and I wish I would have, because it's the only champagne I actually was like, oh, this is yummy. So that's the answer to that. What nervous habits do you have? Saying shaking my leg, probably twitching of some sort. Yeah. Picking at my nails, probably. What do you do when you and your best friend get into a fight? Well, my best friend and I don't actually get into, God, thank you so much for her. I love her so much. God bless her and keep her. Amen, amen, amen. We don't fight. That probably helped us out. I mean, we realized it was 2013. That's right. So, adults. That probably helps. But again, the times that something's been like off, we just talk. That's it. I love his voice. Can you hear him? What comforts you on bad days? Being in God's presence, filling you. But I also attribute that to God. Playing a video game, zoning out. But usually it's like praying and all that jazz. Okay. Do you treat yourself and your body with respect? That's a pretty loaded question. I try to. I'm trying to be better about it, I think that I do. Like, hold. So I don't accidentally lie. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I was thinking last time I had a drink. Not that, listen, I'm just saying, let's talk about with respect, it's like you only take my body's a temple, all that jazz. It's not that I'm not going to again. I just haven't, because I haven't wanted to. Anyways, I try to. I'm trying to be better about it. I'm trying to be like, thank you, body, for being able to do all you're able to do. Yeah. Eat well. These are a lot of questions. Some of them, they would end up being repetitive. What personality trait people raises a red flag with you? I don't know. If they're a fast talker, I've met a lot of people that actually, if you're real quick with your words, a fast talker. I don't know. There's a lot. Dishonesty. It's the same, kind of goes in the same thing. Do you have a favorite t-shirt? Is anything written on it? I used to have a favorite t-shirt that got too holy and I had to throw it away. And it had a heart and ATL on it because I got it years ago at the Atlanta airport. Wow. How old do you think is too old to have a baby? I mean, nowadays, people are having them. Who am I to say? For myself, for me, I'm going to go with 50. 50 is too old. For me, Priscilla Ana, that's too old. No. Okay, moving on. How have you changed over the last 5 years? You guys have seen it. Have you ever painted a house? Yes, I helped my cousin paint her house one time. We forgot to open up windows and the door, there was no air circulation. It made for a fun time. Have you ever had a surprise party that was actually a surprise? No, I've never had a surprise party because typically I figure it out. Yeah, like you can't tell me nothing. Don't even do like little smirks. You can't do anything. You got to keep it secret or else I will figure it out. It'll be a tell and I'll figure it out. It's got to be like, nothing uttered. What makes you feel miserable? Me being mean to myself. All kinds of other stuff. What's the best costume you've ever worn? I don't think I have a best costume. Yeah. Oh, did you guys hear that? Ow. Yeah, I don't think I have a best costume. Not yet. This is getting long. I'm answering questions for a long time. Sorry. What's the highest height from which you've ever jumped into the water? Not high. I've never jumped off a diving board. Listen, you guys need to understand something about me. I'm kind of a scaredy cat, but also don't want to be a scaredy cat. So I make myself do things. Here's the whole thing with the diving board. Like, is it me by myself? I am a little freaked out, even though I'd encourage my son, go do it. Don't be afraid. It freaks me out. And then out on top of a public pool, then I'm freaked out. People staring at me, not doing it. Not doing it. Yeah. So, there's that. I've gone to water slides and stuff. Okay. Have you ever assembled furniture by yourself? Yes, a lot. Ooh. Do you prefer chicken, beef, or seafood? It depends. I have no preference. Yeah. It just depends on how it's cooked. All right. Do you think a fling could be a good thing? No. What do or did you hate it most about dating or the dating process? Wasted energy. It's just so... Anyway, moving on. Have you ever been professionally photographed? Yes. Yes, sorry, more than once actually. But I don't think they exist anywhere. This is years ago. Actually, and again, I'm like, why did I let them do that? Anyway, yeah, I was using a video actually for a Christian organization. I don't know why. And why did I say yes? Anyway, moving on. Hmm. So these are already done. All right. Well, this is going along. There's a lot. Wow. We've gone into a food area here. Who taught me how to drive? My mom. Would I rather own a private jet or a luxury yacht? A private jet. Which would you rather have? A broken leg or a broken arm? Broken arm. Who would you choose to serenade you over candlelit dinner? You. Do you think horoscopes are accurate? No. All right. That's all. Thank you for your time and attention. I appreciate you. I will come if I feel led to come, but again, I'm just not gonna. We'll see what happens. But I don't feel like I'm supposed to be here every single morning. What do I mean by I don't feel like? Well, I've prayed about it, and I keep feeling God tell me to pause. And this morning I was doing the devotional and praying, and I just felt the certainty of like, you need to stop doing this. So, but that doesn't mean I'm not available. It's just not like that. Not every single day like that. All right. Oh my contacts. I gotta take them out. I love you. 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 Thank you for your time and attention. Until later. Have a good day, night, evening, morning, whatever it may be for you.